You will have cent% literacy there, because Indira Gandhi Open University and National Open School have already volunteered to go into the prison, provide free education, which means any Indian prisoner anywhere in the world, imagine, this would be a model in the world. Indian prisoner cannot come out of the Indian prison without becoming literate or educated. Through used school books and educated prisoners, teachers, we can all become volunteers to train the teachers. And that I can tell you, if the prison superintendent or the IGP of the prison is determined to have this, like I was, you can have cent% literacy. So it's cost-free, only resource-driven. That's it. That's what innovation is about.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Yeah. So go ahead, but let's also hear from the back also. Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Manohar. Ma'am, your initiative about raising resources from the corporates was a big success. But the police department initiated one more. When you were short of manpower, the police department introduced special police officers from the communities, engaging the people from the community to come to the force as such. But it did not become very popular and a success. Perhaps that's where the motivation was required to engage the society. Second thing, can there be innovation to cut the corruption in our system?
Oh, yes. First, special police officers scheme declined because there was politicization in that scheme. And police officers succumbed to the political pressure and got recommended people on the panel. And that is why the quality got diluted. But if the leadership puts its foot down and say, we will only pick up resident welfare associations, president's ex officio, you will see special police officers going across the board perfectly, because they will be elected representatives, get elected panchayats. So it's not politicization, it's those who've been selected by the people. So if the seniors do not succumb to negative interference by the politicians, you will have the special police officer scheme succeeding. So that's conditional. Secondly, what did you ask?
Corruption.
Oh, corruption. Open up the system. Like I said, e-policing. You must allow reporting of the police through the internet. Anything, any complaint, encourage the government of India or the state governments must encourage e-complaints. Report crime, report information through the internet and through these websites, and let the police headquarters respond to each. Pick up a case which is cognizable, pick up information which is actionable, and inform the complainant what it is proposing to do. This will reduce corruption to a large extent, because most of the corruption is coming by burking, minimization, and non-registration of the case. And that's why crime is increasing, because it's not getting reported and the criminal gets away. E-complaint, use of civil society's pressure to encourage e-complaint would reduce corruption in a substantial way. Of course, there are areas of corruption in other departments which I can't address in one answer. But I think one step which we can do is ask for or encourage e-complaints. And you don't need a central government diktat. States can start, cities can start, Government of India can start. That is why I started the Safer India movement. At least I, as an individual, as civil society, I know what's hurting people the most, and I started this as an individual effort. This can become a national movement. It's not Kiran Bedi Safer India. It's just called Safer India. That means anybody can own it. Safer India Karnataka, Safer India Uttar Pradesh, Safer India Haryana. So it can be passed on, and I can pass on that domain to you people. You can go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. We got adequately a long answer.
Ma'am, my name is Arun Pratap Singh. I am from Idea Connection System, Mumbai. My question is to Sudha ma'am. You talk about while you are talking about, you said manage your passion, money will follow. But the time you grow, you are passionate about something, but same time social and personal responsibility come to you. So how these things can be managed?
When you, please sit down, because otherwise I feel I am a teacher and you are a student too. Yes, I do teach whenever I have time. I am more irregular than my own students. Whenever you work, what job you take, you should be passionate about it. When you take up a job and you work between 9 to 5, then if you are not passionate, then you will never be successful. I do not know other company, I do know, but I talk about our own company, Infosys. All these young people, 30 years back when they were young, 7 of them, they followed passionately their desire, their mission, and money followed over a period of time. If they would have said, okay, I will work between 9 and 5, they would have been only employees today. Please remember, when you take up a job, the job you should love it and you should take it. Not because it gives you 2,000 rupees more than my previous job, then you will never be successful. And that's the reason that most people are not successful, because they will not follow, they always calculate and make the move. The most important is, this job is suitable for my nature, and if I work hard, will I come up in this? Then the success follows immediately. That's the reason that there is a round square, there is a round peg in a square hole, and most people do that. And that's the reason success is not everybody's, share. It's very difficult to get it.
Good evening, madam. Good evening, madam. I'm Pramod, and today I have a question, mainly because I have mustered up the courage after listening to Sudha, madam. This is on the notes of being impractical. I represent the PAS group of institutions. I take care of their training and placement. Most of my life has been corporate. My pursuit of joy has brought me back to training, and I was in UK. I've come back to India now for this purpose. Madam, my question is, how do I stop progress if I feel that it is not happening in the right direction?
What progress you are asking, that I would like to know.
Madam, I come from a small town called Shimoga.
Okay.
As a kid, yeah. And currently, in the name of progress, I do not want any other implications to be derived out of this. Roads are being widened as part of the National Highway Commission.
Okay, I understand.
Yes.
This is all political questions which I do not want to answer, because what
Madam,
you call
this
progress,
is just an example. But when
what you call progress in
yes.
your way, and what I call progress. For example, I find there is a lot of please sit down.
Yes, madam.
I find a lot of progress in my next generation, because the way they look at life is so different than the way we looked at it life. Our own employees, when they leave Infosys, they always give a part of their 90% of the last dawn salary is given to us. They are more progressive according to me, because the moment there is a tsunami disaster, we just put a word, there is a tsunami disaster and Infosys Foundation is going to help. That was enough. We are flooded with money, with material things. So I consider that as a progress. To be compassionate to the unfortunate people, according to me, that is a progress. To be honest to my job, and people have come and told us, we are not happy in our job, we are not happy in this kind of a work. They are so honest and commented. That is, according to me, the progress than a material benefit. So the way you define progress, the way I define progress, both are different. For example, people ask me, you are wasting your time in pursuing the history of Karnataka. There is no innovation in that. It is only history. You cannot innovate. But according to me, if I find out something new in my state, the forgotten temple, I consider it is my progress. The way you look at it. The entire life is the way you look at it. The things remains the same. The way you look at it can change the entire life.
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening. No, 1 minute. One minute. Yeah, please go ahead.
Good
One
evening.
minute. Sit down.
Good evening. My question is to Mr. Khatri. Sir, you mentioned during the recent Global Investor Meet, we received, the state of Karnataka received 383 projects and 4 lakh odd crores in investments. Given all this growth, are there plans to balance this growth with innovations in the area of environment, protection, sustainability, infrastructure?
Yes, there are plans, because these are in different sectors. We have been insisting that we are not going to take any fertile land. Food security issues are taken care of. The water recycling, rainwater harvesting will be a must. Vendor development and employment to the local people, their skill development will be taken care of. And believe me, beyond our expectations, many of the companies are taking much more care of the environment and the people around in the corporate social responsibility.